Well, greetings subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. We are at the California Automobile Museum in Sacramento. Yeah, I don't have my GoPro and the usual stuff, but that's okay. We just burned through here. I'm going to mix this with some of our other video because guy Dave was very, very generous. He knows I've got a thing for Model A's, and so we did a whole tour of downtown in the historic district. And then he took Plum Crazy Pam for another ride. We were going to go over to his house and check out his Mercedes. He's got a Mercedes, like a 190, that's like fully restored. It's actually supposed to be over here in the museum, but he had it at home, and so it's pretty cool. This place, pretty awesome. We're just here in Sacramento trying to find, something to do. And what's cool is Sunday they have a ride along. So they had like 3 or 4 cars. I'll put the videos in here. I'll mix them in. But they had like a Camaro and a GTO and what else? 2 Model A's. I wish they had a Model T because those are a little more complicated to drive. And an Army Jeep, and they actually are taking people like down the block and around town. So I mean, that's cool. Part of your entry fee. So how awesome is that? This area here, dawn of the auto age. These are all like 19. I think these are like 190. I believe that one's like 1908. This one's 1909. This one's Model B, 1904. I just have a fascination with these just because, I mean, this is what they were building. I mean, look at the reverse springs, the A-frame suspension, wooden spokes, the white, non-dyed tires. I mean, this was what was running around the streets while, side by side with horse-drawn carriages. 1912. I mean, so cool. Look at this little, yeah, like this. Yeah, this kind of stuff. 1 horsepower. 1896. I mean, how cool would have that been back then? Look at these solids. You're just now seeing those. Yeah, so here's a 1930. Again, pre-30, you get into like the spoke wheels, wooden spoke wagon wheels, and 30 and above, like Model A's. You get this type of chassis, but look at the detail. And when it comes to Model A, with over 1 million parts are very readily available. You can pretty much get everything. You can basically build a completely brand new system. I mean, they got a lot of cool stuff here. Just yeah, we'll spin around over to here because they got some cool stuff with the differentials and tires and rubber. Many mysteries of the car tire. Solid tires, like early on they were solid, no tube. Yeah, and I mean they were casting all of this stuff at the factories, casting all this, and I mean the tolerances, the just the tolerances were horrible back in the day. I mean, look at it. I got a bigger cylinder on my motorcycle motor, but so cool. Yeah, I mean, just wow. There's stuff. These nice little cutaways, and then this stuff. This is like really cool. Nice little cutaway. You just turn this. You can see. Looks like I've watched this video before online. If you haven't seen it, you should, because it talks about the differential and direct drive, where both wheels are spinning at the same time versus when they put a different. See, you can see 2 different gears, and it's cool here because you can actually crank this around. So it talks about like driving, inside wheel going slower, outside wheel going faster. Beautiful. They got signs please don't honk the horns. You might scare the plastic horses. Yeah, like these are believe, well, no, they got a valve stem on them, so not solid tires. Yeah, Originally, the rubber, when they vulcanized it, was white. Even on these, if you ever watched tire manufacturing, like with the invention of the white wall, they cast it black, and then they actually shave the black down to the white part of the rubber. And it was really just a trend, not necessarily that people got tired of the white rubber getting dirty. It was more just people didn't want it anymore. Looked different. I think most of it had to do with when they started going with color matched rims. They put color matched rims on, and they weren't black anymore. So a lot of people liked the black tire. But very cool. And here we got the kind of the Depression area, 1950, 1915, like teens, which still were pretty nice. I mean, these are 25. I love this little produce wagon. This thing is so cool. It's 1917 Model T. So again, 17, you got the wood spokes, much more difficult to drive. I've never driven a Model T. I mean, look at the pedals. You got advanced timing, retard the timing, do all this stuff. I mean, they are not as easy as a Model A. But this is all wheels of the Depression. This little section. Pretty cool. I like that frame. When I get my garage built, I want to get an old license plate rack like that. Oh wait, we gotta get over here. Almost walked right by it. The hell's wrong with me? Yeah, you can tell it's getting kind of late, so they're gonna be closing soon. So do have to watch it. This was cool. They were letting people take pictures. Like hop on in, we'll take a picture for you. I mean, look at this motor. 1912 Cadillac. And some of these have like dual spark plugs, where they had one long, like I don't know, filament, and that actually helps with starting it, and then after it was started and running, it would go to the other one. pretty cool. If you ever read up on some of these, like this 1925 Franklin, air cooled. Look at the aerodynamics. I mean, they were trying. And the Humpmobile, 1914, same thing. I mean, look at the chassis. Imagine working on that on an assembly line. No wonder you could crank a car out in, I don't remember what Ford's numbers were. Look at this Humphreys Cafe. Kind of cool. This garage. I'd be fun in my garage too, like put a bar in, do something like that, get these old gas pumps. Generator starter test bench. And you can go up, hop up in this, steer it, step on the pedals, do all your things. Anyway, yeah, let's get back where we were. 35 Chrysler Imperial Airflow. Love that burgundy and black. Mastertown sedan, 1938. 29 Ford. The Great Depression. 36 Ford Model 68 Roadster. 37 Cadillac Series 60 sedan. And a 1940 Lincoln Zephyr. That paint. Whew. Beautiful. And all original, because delaminating glass. Look at that. Holes in the seat. I think this is the one they said Henry Ford's wife owned it, and it's the only one they know documented that he actually sat in, rode, or drove, something along those lines. Let's see. I think we'll. I kind of wonder how I took the pictures. We'll spin around this way. So this is the atomic age. Not these, but this one, a little modified. 50 Ford Custom Deluxe. Little woody wagon. 49 Cadillac Series 62 sedan. Look, a rotter bug. 49 Type 1 Beetle. Whew. Man, that is nice. Look at that. It's Kaiser. What, 53 Kaiser Manhattan. 56 Bel Air. Black and white. There's probably only 1 million of them on the road. 58 Edsel hardtop. '43 military Jeep. I probably said a couple times, well, actually on the other video, my father was always on like the Nifty Nickel and you know, automotive magazines and stuff. And he used to be able to buy these like in the 70s. They had them still boxed up, like in the crate. You'd buy them, they'd ship them to you, and you assemble them. And he always used to tell me, no big deal, because he assembled probably 200 of these in the Army. When he was up in Alaska, they would come in crates, and they'd pull them out and build them, and there you go. So he was like, no man, we're gonna get one. Yeah, never happened. I think you can still get them though. Buick Supra. I always like the Buicks, man. I like this stripe that goes down, and then these little portals. So cool. Buick Supra Riviera hardtop. And this thing is 300 convertible. It looks like it's just been here forever. It's got spider webs. Just the look of it. Yeah, it's got like spider webs here. I mean, just the little drip marks. It looks like it's been sitting here for a very, very long time, which is sad. But I think it's got the record player. Love this thing. Super clean. I would put factory wheels back on it though if it was that original. Dump those. It's just me. Hey, we'll get back side of this. Since you couldn't even give these away back in the day. Now they're starting to go up in value quite a bit. '65 Mustang. This one was nice. 66 GTO convertible. Triple blue. Stacked headlights. They didn't go that way until 70. A lot of the Chevy products and stuff went horizontal on the lights. Again, if my Cadillac was a 69, I would have kept it. So this one looks like, yeah, I think this one might be, this one looks very much like the one they were out running around. Yeah, 327. This one's probably the one they had the decal on, out running around in the parking lot giving people rides. This, very interesting. So they were telling us the story about this, and it's also here on this placard. But this is a 56 Dorado, and it was Rita Hayward's personal car, one of many. I guess she was a huge car collector, and her stuntman Curly used to work on this quite a bit. Look at the exhaust. That is so cool. Anyway, he was always out in the garage working on the cars, keeping them running, and absolutely loved this car. So I guess after she died, unbeknownst to him, he was called into the attorney's office, and he was like, you know, why, for what? He said, because she left you her Cadillac. And he had it up until he died, something like 107 years old. He was still out running around in it. And they don't have the display going anymore, but this is the actual Cobra from the movie Ford versus Ferrari. And we have this, yeah. Oh yeah, we got to get this. We'll come back to that. We'll get the pink Jeep here. But this thing is hilarious. '51 Nash Rambler convertible. Marilyn Monroe. I guess it was one of the production vehicles. Look, same lights. Even for mine, it's 62. It's got a lot of the same parts, same Lucas lights. It's pretty much same interior for the most part. Kind of reminds me of what the Figgies look like now, huh? Good air ventilation here, ventilation up on the top. Same wiper blades. A lot of the same stuff. Same directional blinkers. A little bit different trim. This little Pink Willys 61. This is a cool little display. What we got here? 77 Pacer, a fishbowl car. I was in California once. I borrowed one of these. Drove it to go see my buddy Todd. Actually, we drove. I don't know. Probably put about 200 miles on it. Was not fun. Plymouth Satellite. Governor Jerry Brown. Huh. $3,155 new. This was the Ronstadt's Porsche. I got a little thing on here, and they have a funny little thing here. I don't know where it says it, but it says her. Oh, it was like his and hers. So it says that her original startup band that she broke off from became the Eagles. Oh, there it is. Timothy Schmidt would later become the Eagles. So there you go. Toyota Camry and a Plymouth Voyager. 84 LeBaron, Chrysler LeBarons, the 400s. My parents just loved these cars. Probably dig up some old photos. They had, I don't know, 5 of them. Yellow convertibles. No coupes or hardtops, but. And then this, unfortunately the cars are turned around, but it's for the drive-in experience. And there's my dad's dream car, Fairlane 500, hardtop retractable. And he wanted one bad. And then he went and died before I was able to get him one. It was either that or a 50 Ford. A black 50 Ford was his first car, so I was on the lookout for both. These ones, unfortunately for these, most of them are either broke or the top doesn't work. Very expensive. I mean, they're a wreck. Or if they are like fully restored, you could spend a lot of money. Not kind of money I had at the time, but I was on the look. Yeah, and then I got the call. Yeah, they found him. 302. Another little Beetle, 61 Type 1. And this real 427 Cobra. Tony Hogg. It's a $1 million car, like 1.1 66 Shelby Cobra, 427 Roadster. We get this Cobra. I think this is an ACR. I believe it's got nitrous and some other stuff. Pretty nice. Of course, plumb crazy Pam's drooling over that motor. Full 5-point harness. Oh, it's I thought it was nitrous. It's actually just fire system. So good on the Countach. Ugly with the US spec bumpers and stuff. And this one, I mean, this is cool to have in your collection. Horrible to drive. So, 87 Countach. Original paint. There's some like bubbling up on the wing and stuff. And they said, I'm trying to remember who they said used to own this. I don't think it's on the... yeah, it's not on the little placard. Only 2,042 ever built. And of course, 308, 85 Ferrari. Freaking handprints. That sucks. When people have to touch stuff. Nothing I hate more than seeing a handprint on a car. Yeah, on the fender of that. Just drives me crazy. We were at a car show with my Lamborghini and somebody opened the door to look at the inside. My wife jumped up. She's like, "What are you doing?" You know, and it's like, "Well, we thought it was a car show. Why did you bring your cars here?" And it was like, "It's not a petting zoo.
Look.
It's not a petting zoo.
Yeah.
Look, don't touch. Yeah, just you want to you want to just kill them, you know." 36 Plymouth P1 Business Coupe. Yeah, I love this thing. Look at that. You know, people talk about 32s and whatever. Yeah, they were doing that back in 1906. Model K, I've seen these before. White tires, wood spoke wheels. You could stand up inside of that. These were like $6,000, $7,000 back then, which is, yeah, 1910. $1925. See, that's when you get into the Model A, you know, spoke wheels, a little bit more refined, much better car. 17 Model T. And if it was up to Henry Ford, he would have never switched. He would have just kept cranking them out. I looked at this one when I was taking photos. It's a 29 Ford Model A mail truck. I could totally rock that at a car show. That is so cool. 37 Packard. 25 Cadillac V63. I mean, this thing is beautiful. Look at those wheels. Oh, man, I want one of those so bad. Bad enough to get rid of other cars? Nope. Nope, not happening. This one too. Just look at it. Oh, that would piss me off if that happened here. 29 Chrysler Imperial. Didn't even know what this was, what to make of it. It's apparently a 1948 Sabra 60 junkyard mongrel. Little doors drop down. I mean, it almost looks like a boat tail, but it's also a boat front. 1940 Lincoln V12. Whew. 31 Model A. Like I said, just refined, like electric start, so you didn't need the crank anymore. Just they just really, I know the Model A's are better, but a Model T is what started it. So we'll see. Why not get both, right? It's and, not or. So that's a 36 gram 110 supercharged sedan. Well, supercharged, I gotta get it then. 32 Ford Model B station wagon. 26 Austin. This thing is little. It's like Nash sized. 38 Buick Special. This little racer's cool. 60 Indy type. All right. Yep. I guess we'll just head down here. Woo. The paint on this thing, I hope it's showing up on the camera. It is so cool. And the two-tone, love to be able to see the interior. It's a 51 Ford Crestliner sedan, 68 Corvette, 427, cool color, copper. It's got a little more rose color under this light. Not sure if that's coming out on the camera. Then we just got, so the Mercedes is gone. I think that's Dave's. He's sitting at home in his garage. Post that footage probably later. Old 83 Thunderbird Turbo. Man, I remember when those hit the road. Was not too impressed either. 69 RS Z28, 302 Boss, 69 also. We were just joking about this thing because 6.6 liter, freaking huge car, 185 horsepower. Pathetic. 79. Just, 53 Bel Air. And then again, these Buicks, man. It's Buick 8. And then they had 1960 Nash Metropolitan. Yeah, it actually fit right there. And they said they took it out. They were giving rides. And guess what? Yeah, the fuel pump died. I couldn't get a straight answer if they have electric fuel pump on it or if it was the factory one. So yeah, probably just overheated, and that diaphragm, I mean, it's 1.5 psi on the fuel pressure. The diaphragm is literally like the size of like a nickel, and it moves up to pump the fuel. It moves up and down about this much. Watch my finger. Yeah, that's how much. 81 DeLorean. Curious to see when the new ones come out. This one's pretty good. Original, documented, 34,000 miles. And I was just making a comment like, can you imagine in 1953, 54, the type of vehicles that you had as an option to buy? You could have got a 54 Chevy Corvette, 55 T-Bird, or a Miata. Yeah, that was a little bit later, but 80 MG, MGB, MGTC, Midget. I kind of like these, especially these little Triumph TR3s. That would be a fun little car to drive around, especially because you're sitting so low. Oh, get some swamp cooler action. Feels so good. Yeah, it's a little toasty in here. I mean, it's a big barn basically. I'd be fine with this. This is their kind of little, I don't know, race car section. Pretty cool. That thing would be scary. Very, very. And this was cool. I'm not gonna like get into all of it, but it was basically kind of like a, yeah, fuel cell. You drop into the like middle of, they got a van listed. Like, how does a fuel cell work? Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, see, I'd be fine with this as a garage. Yeah, our buddy Gary had just bought one of these before he passed away. Remember these with the little portal on the side, little Volvo. I remember wanting to buy one of these too. They got some cars for sale. Not for sale yet. Keep my eye on this. Oh, they got a California Highway Patrol Chips bike, some other stuff. These are all for sale. 71 Corvette, 29 grand. 67 El Camino, 26. I was saying I never liked the way these things look, but I remember these when they first came out. They just, I don't know, they just look strange, but they did pretty good sales wise. It's like a, what was it, Tom that had a Buick Riviera or something like that? That's when I remember seeing those on the lot. This one's pretty nice. Yeah, all coming soon. 67 Vet Stingray, 10,900. And yeah, what year is this? 88, I believe. Yep, 88. 10th anniversary. Looks good. White wheels. All right. Drag cars. Good. Oh, and then this thing. It was built on a Cadillac. I think it was a Cadillac Eldorado. I'm not sure. So it's a 78 Star Street custom motorhome. 5,800 pounds. Front wheel drive. Crazy. Weird. And then this is our little EV section. I guess this middle part they change out like every 30 days. So sometimes this will be like low riders, EVs, might be, you know, just some kind of specialty area. So it's pretty cool. But seen these a few times here and there. A Hyper Mini, 2001 Nissan. Kind of never went anywhere out here. The little portable solar thing. Yeah, just throw that on your Tesla, charge your car up with a little inverter, and you're good to go. Seen these too. Sorry, no gas. It's popular at the time. Just, no thanks. Little three-wheel thing. Reminds me of like Jeremy Clarkson driving around. You know, oh, look at the golf ball dimples on the fenders. 2000 Corbin Sparrow. However, they actually have brochures here on this Tango. I guess it's something new. Check it out. It's a two passenger, but it's only wide enough for one. Sparco seats. Got a Sparco seat in the back, so you sit, you know, kind of bobsled. And then it's got a little hatchback. What is the electriccar.com? Little hatchback in the back. Told Plum Crazy Pam, man, you could take all your stuff in there, drive it around, throw all your supplies in the back, so go for it. She said no. So I thought this thing was pretty cool just because of, look at the motor in the front. And of course they had Tesla Plaid, I think, over here, but it's gone. But I'm more interested in like this stuff because, I mean, they were doing this 50, 100 years ago. We had electric vehicles, 1800s, all battery powered. Yeah, Bertha Benz, 1849 to 1944, and this is the one because I can always tell by that horizontal drive belt. This is the one that people weren't buying the car because they were, I don't know, scared of it. It was horseless, and she actually like drove it from one town to another town by herself. It even broke down and she repaired it, and that kind of helped seal the deal for everybody. But some of these are pretty cool. Yeah, a little go and stop pedal. That was about it. And then the EV1s, this was GM's. I remember seeing a few of these on the road. The only problem was they had like 100 and, it was either, I think it was like 102 was their range. I liked it because it was like the little Honda with the fender skirts in the back. Not sure why they had the tapered back end. It was like, oh, that's aerodynamics. But yeah, like 102 mile range. But if you were actually driving in the city, air conditioning on, it was like 80, and it was just, that wasn't enough for most people. But I mean, prior to Tesla, everybody else, you know, they came up with this idea of having this chassis with the battery pack, and then you could just drop different models onto it. You just had like 4 bolts, and you know, if you wanted a station wagon, you wanted this, you wanted that, you had it. But, you know, again, that's for Tesla, but these were, you know, that was one of the ideas they were going for. All right, so just wrapping up, get the Stanley, and there you go. That's California Autumn Museum, Stockton, or Sacramento, and it's right down by the historic district. I think they're open. I think they're open daily till 5 o'clock, and then again Sunday they have that ride along Sunday, and you can come out here. They might have 4 or 5 cars, just volunteers or people that work here, and they'll take you out. They'll go drive you around the neighborhood in it, which is like totally cool. So anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one later.